Breaking news at this hour. We're on the scene of an officer-involved shooting on the east side of Columbus. This is video you're looking at, and the sounds that you just heard, gunshots traded between the suspect and officers. A witness in that neighborhood saw it all go down, recorded this video, and gave it to us. We've learned that one officer was hit. They were rushed to Grant Hospital. The suspect was also taken to Grant for treatment.
A heavy police presence in that neighborhood for hours along Arrington Road. Police continue gathering evidence, speaking with witnesses, trying to piece together exactly what led to it all. And we've also been hearing from residents in that neighborhood working to get answers.
And we have crews at the scene there in East Columbus and also at Grant Hospital as that officer and the suspect get treatment tonight. Kirsten Lindquist has been on the scene for the past few hours. And Kirsten, walk us through exactly what you know at this hour.
Rodney, 32-year-old Brandon Burtyk has now been charged with felony assault after a traffic crash and a standoff with police here on Arrington Road. Now, we did talk with FOP President Brian Steele on the phone earlier this evening. He tells me that an officer was grazed by a bullet at the scene. Sergeant Albert, though, from Columbus Police, did not say how the officer was injured at this time, but we do know the officer as well as the suspect, Burtyk, are receiving treatment at a nearby hospital for injuries at this time. But you can still see a pretty active scene, and it all started from a traffic crash. Police were called around 6:24 to a traffic crash at the exit ramp of Hamilton Road and I-70. 911 callers stated there was a man in one of those cars who exited the vehicle, produced two guns, and began firing shots there at the accident scene. The caller then said the man took off on foot with both guns in hand. A short time later, officers found Burtyk here in the 4500 block of Arrington Road. He began pointing both of those guns at his own head. Officers gave him multiple commands for him to drop his weapons. Burtyk refused. At one point, Burtyk pointed both of his guns in the direction of multiple officers. Those officers, as well as Burtyk, began firing shots at one another. Burtyk threw both the guns away from him, and officers were able to take him into custody and recover both weapons. Now, I want to be clear here. Burtyk was not shot, according to Columbus Police, and it does not appear he was injured in the shooting, but he does have some injuries that are believed to be from the traffic crash earlier in the night. I spoke to a woman who witnessed the shooting. She recorded that cell phone video that you saw at the top of our show. She says she thinks the suspect was having a mental health crisis.
Once I zoomed in, the young man had two guns to his head, going back and forth, pacing back and forth up and down the driveway. He was hopping on and off the cars, cussing and screaming at the police officers.
And in this video she shared with me, Stu Miles says she heard officers yelling, "Hands up," and "Put the gun down," as officers rushed down her street just after 7 o'clock tonight. Again, we do know that one officer was injured at this incident. And again, you can see a pretty active police presence behind me. Columbus Police tells me they are going to be continuing to review body camera footage from this incident. One of the questions I did ask was how many officers were involved in this shooting. Police are still working to get those answers. Right now, all they're saying is multiple officers are involved in this shooting. And again, Burtyk is in police custody. He right now is facing one charge of felony assault. We are continuing to get more information from police, and as we get it, we will continue to share it with you. Stay with us on air, online, and on our free ABC6 News app. For now, on your side, on the east side of Columbus. Live, I'm Kirsten Lindquist, ABC6 News.